What's up there, you little monster? Alright everybody, in today's video, this is one that I filmed with Nat Moran when we were camping along a really nice creek in Colorado when we were experiencing those negative 30-degree wind chills. And the audio and video on it was messed up a little bit. My camera wasn't working properly. I didn't catch it until I started editing it. But it kept on going in and out of focus. Some of the audio was messed up. But what's awesome about it is the fact that like Meadow completely stole the show. The whole time she was like on me, on Nat, rooting around the camper, just being a absolute, like, I mean, terror, but in a good way. And so I wanted to go ahead and post this and kind of show that sometimes when you film videos, not everything goes as planned, and especially we got a crazy little girl like Meadow wanting to be the star of the show. So here's the video. It was a good conversation with Nat, and I really like the way her Cita has worked out. It looks like a really good fit for her being on the road full time.
She's a hot mess.
Meadow, what are you doing, sweet girl?
She's smelling all the little crevices.
Look at her. She's all over everything. She's like, I'm just going to make myself at home. I want to find out the treats in here.
There are treats in that cabinet.
That's why she's going crazy. Meadow, you got to get down, girl. You're not showing very good house manners.
You want to come right here? You want to
Come on,
you're
not showing good house manners, girl.
Here, you want a toy?
So how has this camper like improved your comfort level and happiness on the road and all that stuff? Is it really, is it what you wanted? I mean, is it?
Well, it's what I was looking for a long time. Now, I was originally looking for a scamp. You know, I watched Elsa and Baron, and I loved their scamp journey. And, you know, I didn't want to copy that, but I was looking for something similar like that. So, it's...
No, sweetie.
Come here.
Yeah, over there.
Come here.
There you go. Hey, no. Hey, come on.
Come on,
sweetie. Come on. Maybe what I'll do is if you want to...
Do you want me to move the camera?
Yeah. Well, and then what I can do is keep her kind of occupied, and that way you can talk, and then we can just chat like this. Yeah, perfect. We'll do it like that.
Okay.
And we can just kind of chat.
Yeah.
And so...
There, that's better.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, because then you don't have all of this on the...
Oh, yeah.
So I really was looking for more of like a scamp or something, but I knew I wanted a fiberglass camper, because with each camper that I've had, I've learned a lot. And I knew I didn't want a pop-up camper after the wind took out my A-frame. I knew I wanted something with solid walls. And ultimately, I landed on the Cita out of chance. So the Citas are really expensive.
Are they? I never see them for sale, so I know I know they sell like that.
Yeah, I was looking. My dad was helping me look, and it was probably, I mean, ever since I moved into the 4Runner, I was starting to look for something.
Where'd you find this?
I found this by chance. I was up in St. Mary, Montana, and I would...
She's so excited. She just keeps ramping up.
Do you want one of these for her?
She just keeps on getting more and more and more and more.
It's a dehydrated, pure,
oh, there we go. Look at her.
beef.
She's like, now you guys know what I'm getting excited about.
If you want to look at the ingredients, it's just beef liver.
Hey, Meadow, right there, see?
See right here. See if that calms her down a little for a half a second. It's done.
If not, I'll go drug her up on some CBD.
He didn't say. He's not serious.
Yeah, I'm not serious, but I'm kind of serious.
We need some doggy sedatives.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was my routine for finding these was I would just go and like spend probably 2 hours a day, limited to 2 hours a day, and I would just look. And I wasn't finding anything on Facebook Marketplace or any of like those kind of sites. I literally was going to each dealership within a 500-mile radius and looking at their inventory.
Oh, really? Like RV dealerships and stuff?
Because I found that those are not always posted on these major sites.
Hey, sit down.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, because I found that those, like, I didn't find this on like a marketplace or in like a forum. It was literally just a happenstance on this one tiny little RV dealer in Idaho Falls. Yeah, so I called them. I didn't realize they were on Pacific time when I was on Mountain time. So I was calling them an hour before they opened. But I was like, I am on my way. Like, it was a 7-hour drive. So I packed up. I left the St. Mary, Montana area and went straight. It's a beautiful drive if you haven't done that drive. And went and saw it. And they dropped the price like $6,000, and then I negotiated another like $500 off, and I ended up getting it for less than $10,000. I was also looking at like getting an old U-Haul box truck and converting that, but even those were like $15,000 if you wanted one that was in good shape with low miles.
And you know what? I remember when I first got on the road, you could get a first-gen Tundra for nothing. You know, you could get those box trucks for nothing. And now, because of the lifestyle, it's a premium on everything.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like even for like a marginal camper these days, you're looking at investing at least $5,000.
It's a commitment. It really is. And you know, with my rig change, like I've had several rig changes since I started, just because of technical or mechanical issues, and then things just not working. You know, you don't always get the perfect rig.
No.
But I am learning that while my Forerunner is very capable to go to these places, this Cita is not.
Yeah. You know, maybe put on a little bit of a lift or something one of these days.
Yeah, I was thinking when it's time to replace the tires, I might do something different and upgrade the suspension and do a few things.
She's like, oh, wait a minute, those are over there?
She knows. She's a smart cookie.
Yeah,
she's too smart for her.
She's got so much energy this morning. What are you doing, you little stinkers? Well, I am really impressed with this. You know, I love the... Like having this carpet on the wall here is like extra insulation. So like for winter camping, I come in here and I look at stuff. I'm like, dude, you got this dialed. You know.
This is really nice. Like at first, I was like, ew, there's carpet on the walls, gross. But you know, ultimately, I realized I was like, you know what? It's not icicles when you touch the wall.
Yeah. Because Baron and Ilsa on some of the exposed parts in the wintertime, it'd just be nothing but condensation.
Yeah, or
you know?
Ice.
Yeah. Which would turn to ice. You
which
know,
would turn to ice. Yeah.
To have that stuff in here that can absorb a little bit of moisture and then dry out, you know, when it's warm again or something like that is key.
Yeah, and I will say having the diesel heater has helped with that condensation, because I was using, this camper does not have a built-in heater, so people were really like, why are you going somewhere where it's really, really cold when you don't have a built-in heater? I was like, because I'm crazy.
Yeah, I love the Summerfest.
But the diesel heater has definitely made an improvement and has helped a lot with having that condensation. One thing I think I'd like to do for next winter though is convert this space right here into a cubic mini area, because it's just me. I don't, you know, if I do have someone that can come in here, they can sit here and I can sit on the bed, but then turn this whole little space into where my stove would be. And I have storage under each of these seats, so I could even, you know, probably put some wood surplus down there. I don't have a lot of storage, but I could use, like, you know. Yeah. So there's things that I'm really excited about, like what the potential is, because I do plan on living in this thing for a while. Yeah. I mean, I spent a lot of money on it.
Well, and the cool thing is too, is if you ever buy property somewhere, and say it's like off grid or something like that, you can just take this out there and you already get your place to live.
Oh yeah.
You know? Well, kind of like what I do at my place.
Yeah.
Hey, stop, Meadow. You're stealing treats. Okay, we're gonna give you one. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Oh my gosh! Look at here, Meadow. Look at this.
Did you guys see that? You might not have because of the angle, but she went behind Brian and just quietly grabbed him and then was trying to be so sneaky.
All right,
She's
you ready,
a hot
Meadow?
mess.
Hey, sit.
Good girl.
When there's food around, it's all bets are off with this one. It's just the way it is.
Pike is going to be so jealous when he comes back in here and he smells all the smells.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you're right about the diesel heater, because, you know, I've noticed it too, especially with my truck camper. I mean, I used to do the same thing, yeah. But with the slide-out extension, which was a little bit easier to heat because it was so small, or retain heat. But the thing about it is that, you know, once you get down to like anywhere below 15 degrees Fahrenheit, it doesn't matter how many blankets you have, it sucks.
It's really cold, and that's what happened. I was in 14-degree weather, and I had no heat that would work. When I was in Utah and I got locked in my camper, I had to activate the emergency hatch to get out. And at the time, I didn't know my lock had frozen, so I'm like beating on my door and all this kind of stuff. But I eventually got out. But it was like, I do not want to rely on a propane heater, like a heater buddy anyway. Yeah. And first of all, the condensation, they're not reliable. When it comes to super cold temperatures, at least in my experience. Other people have different experiences. But the diesel heater, I mean, it was negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit the other night, a couple nights that we've been here. Yeah. And I had it on the second setting and we stayed warm. Yeah. And it was a dry heat. She wants to lick my face.
She's like, I gotta get there.
I got to eat your face.
Well, cool. Well, I really like this this setup. I mean, I always love coming into these campers and kind of seeing how everybody lives, because, you know, we always customize our living spaces according to how, like, what our activities are out here and our lifestyle and what stuff. So obviously with you doing the winter stuff, you know, getting a diesel heater, making it warmer, all those things, putting in a full-time bed, just making it more your home.
Comfortable. Yeah. It really makes a huge difference, because you can last a lot longer when you have just a little bit of comfort. And living this way, that's really important, having a good bed and a good heat source and a way to cool off in the summertime.
You know, another thing too is like not spending a fortune on your setup, because when I lived in the city before I hit the road, I thought, well, I got to get an earth roamer. Well, it's
$1 million car.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll never get there. And then I thought, well, I need to get a sportsmobile. Well, that's 120 grand. I'm like, I'll never get there. Yeah. Well, I should get like a truck with like a flatbed and a camper on the back. Well, that's 80 grand. I'm like, okay, I need to figure out a way to make this cheap. And so my slide-out extension, the materials was only $350. So I did the topper.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, and I did that for 7 years. Come over here, baby girl. I know.
She's crazy.
So funny.
And I will say too that like it's totally changed my perspective of life, because like I didn't realize how much I was giving away all of my good years to causes where I was just a number. You know, like these corporations, especially the publicly traded companies. It was different for the smaller companies, but a lot of the smaller companies now are all getting gobbled up by the big corporations, and it's not a good experience for people. And one of the biggest questions I get is, how do I get out of here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, the first thing that you got to do is you got to start downsizing, because you're gonna have to downsize to get out anyway.
Yeah.
And so start getting rid of your stuff and
ahead.
See if you can live small. And then I tell people too, like, go out in spurts, because like when I first started truck camping, I go out for like a week.
Yeah.
And then I come back to my house in Denver and do stuff. And
Just
then I
to
go,
see how, like, get into that rhythm, so you're not fully on committed and then you get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, it's good to have, like, that.
Because I know people that have just been like, I want to live this way, and they jump in feet first, and they get out, and they don't like it.
Yeah, well, it's not for everybody.
No.
It's not an easy lifestyle. I know social media kind of plays like, oh, it's so glamorous and stuff, but it really does take a lot of work.
Such a goofball. It's constant.
Hi, sweet girl.
She's like, I'm so happy. This place is awesome. You got toys that I've never seen before.
I know.